Let's talk about what so many of you share with me. And that is you're quietly spinning on the fact that your life has changed and your house has not changed enough to match it. This is such a common spot that so many people are stuck in. And it's a wonderful conversation to get to have with them. And I wanted to just share a little bit of encouragement to allow yourself to be curious. Give yourself the permission to just have a conversation with a trusted real estate professional. I'm always available. Never hesitate to reach out. Okay, so what I will challenge you on, if you purchased your home more than 6 years ago, you are likely sitting on a lovely amount of equity, because if you purchased your home in 2018, there's a good chance that that house value has either greatly increased. For some of you, I know that it has doubled in that time. And many of you are incredibly intelligent, because so many of my clients are, and you refinanced during 2020 and have an interest rate under 3%. So I get the house that you're sitting in feels really cozy, super comfortable, until you really think about it, and it's not. Because if you've lived in your house more than 6 years, life has changed. You survived a pandemic in that house. The world got turned upside down. You more than likely have had changes in your family, whether that's adding kiddos graduating and going off to college, family members moving across the country and being closer or farther away, job changes. Like, how many people have seen significant changes in where they work or who they work for? And anyone is going to have significant changes, I would hope, in how they are enjoying their life in a span of 6 years or more. So the conversation that I really enjoy and appreciate getting to have with friends, family, clients is, let's really talk about what your current needs are, and then evaluate whether your current home could be something that is modified, rearranged, added on to help support you living the best possible life that you currently are living. Or is it time to really look at and evaluate what other alternatives look like for you? And I know that sounds scary. I know many of you have a lot of strong emotional attachments to your home, but stick with me. So really, what I like to do is sit down and really talk through what life looks like for people. So oftentimes they want to jump right into what it is they might want to go look at. But let's talk a little bit about life. So what does work look like right now? What does your commute look like? Where are you in the evenings? Are you driving to kids' activities that are more than 30 minutes one way multiple times a week? And maybe it would make sense to get a little closer to those, or a little closer to work, because now your new employer is across state line and a few highways away. The other thing I would encourage you to understand is, some people will say, gosh, a real open floor plan was great when the kids were little, but now that they've gotten bigger, we could not only use a little more space, period, but a little separation would do everybody some good. So evaluating kind of what your needs truly are would be a first step. And just because you have me come and visit with you and have a conversation, or even just a phone call, doesn't mean that you're committing to anything. So let me make that very clear. One of the biggest joys I have is helping people get clarity and helping people understand what things really look like with data and facts and real numbers, rather than just what you're tossing around in your head. An example of why this might be to your benefit too, and what I often hear, is many a times people will say, well, if we're going to stay here, then I want to go ahead and upgrade these windows because I'm tired of these old windows. Or if we're going to stay here, we want to put in a new kitchen. And yet we don't know that we should spend that money on the windows or the kitchen, because if we end up selling and moving, because we're kind of thinking about maybe we move, they become at a standstill. And if you can relate to that, so many people have reached a point where they are done and tired of investing in their homes. So they're not making those improvements to make it more comfortable for themselves. And they're also not allowing themselves to explore a new home. And I beg of you, please allow yourself the curious conversation to explore what does a payment look like? What do homes look like in a price range that I feel comfortable at the current interest rates? And what are some strategies to help with that monthly payment so that I feel more comfortable? And really explore getting out of the loop of, well, if we stayed here, we would make this improvements, but I don't know how much longer we'll be here, so I'm not going to invest that time, money, or energy. It is something that I think if you give yourself permission to explore, you'll be super grateful for the opportunity to better understand what the future holds for you in your current home or a new home. And I'm happy to have that conversation with you. Please reach out anytime, DM me, call me 816-674-2627. Text messages are great as well, or I'm always just an email away at esadykc@gmail.com.